17 ideas on the whiteboard, 3 hours of discussion. They narrowed to 4 and chose the one that generated the most energy in the room. 18 months and over $1 million later, the system was being used by fewer than a dozen people. The second item on the original list is simpler, less exciting, and a more specific problem would have returned a measurable value in 4 months. Nobody chose it because it did not spark the same conversation. AI use case selection is where most implementations are won or lost. The choice made in that early conversation determines whether the organization is still running the system in 3 years or quietly decommissioning it. I am Hari from Do Systems. We build AI systems for businesses. And in almost every engagement, the most consequential decision happens before any development starts. In the conversation about which use case to build first. Today, I want to give you a framework for making that decision correctly. Deloitte's 2025 AI ROI study survey 1854 executives and from industries found only that 6% of the organizations reported AI payback in under a year. McKinsey's 2025 State of the AI research found that while 88% of the organizations are now using AI in at least one business function, only 39% see measurable EBIT impact. The gap between AI investment and AI return is not a technology problem. The technology is more capable than most organizations are using. The gap is a selection problem. Organizations are building the wrong things or the right things without the data foundation to support them. The most common pattern: use cases are chosen based on what is exciting rather than what is feasible and what generates a return. Enthusiasm and ROI are poorly correlated in AI. Feasibility and ROI are not. Before any AI use case is approved for development, it should be scored on 3 dimensions. Dimension 1: Business impact. Does this use case move a specific financial or operational metric? Can the business owner articulate the value before development starts? Not in aggregate terms, but in specific measurable terms that a CFO would recognize. If the business owner cannot do this before the project starts, the use case is not sufficiently defined to proceed. Dimension 2: Data availability. Does the data required to build this AI exist? Is it accessible, not locked in a legacy system, or held by a department that has not approved its use? Is it sufficient quality and volume? And does it cover the full range of conditions the AI will encounter, not just the successful transactions, not just one business unit, not just the most recent 2 years? Gartner's February 2025 research found that organizations will abandon 60% of the AI projects due to lack of AI ready data. This is almost always discoverable before development begins. A use case with high business impact and poor data availability is not a good first project. It is a future project once the data infrastructure is in place. Dimension 3: Implementation feasibility. Can this use case reach a working pilot in 60 to 90 days? What are the real integration dependencies? What compliance or approval requirements apply? And have they been started? Feasibility is not the same as a simplicity. A technically complex use case can be highly feasible with clean data and a clear integration path. The use case that scored the highest across all the 3 dimensions, not the most technically sophisticated, not the one that wins the vote in the room, is where to start. Scoring use cases and selecting one does not mean abandoning the rest. Lower priority use cases go into a structured backlog with a specific gap that is blocking them documented. A use case blocked by data availability gets a data readiness workstream. A use case blocked by compliance approval gets a compliance track running in parallel. Deloitte's research found that organizations reporting AI payback concentrate their early investments in a small number of use cases with clear success criteria, rather than spreading effort across a broader portfolio of simultaneous experiments. The discipline is in resisting the pressure to run everything simultaneously. At Do Systems, we help businesses identify and score AI use cases before committing development budget. If you are evaluating where to start with AI, a structured use case assessment is the most valuable thing you can do before any development begins. Subscribe for every week we cover the decisions that determine whether AI implementations succeed.